Hello, I'm Reverend Jeanne. This talk is titled Building the Life. This month, which is September of 2023, we are turning up the heat on some of the concepts we've explored this last month as we made the conscious choice to answer the divine invitation by getting dressed for dancing. And if you have no idea what dressed for dancing means, then I suggest that you listen to last month's talks because they will support you in profound ways. During this month, we are deepening into some ideas we explored under the umbrella of blueprinting, bridging, and building the life that is our answer to the divine invitation, which is the life of our divinely inspired dreams. So far this month, we have blueprinted, we have bridged, and we have put tools and expertise into our toolbox so that today we can actively build the life that is the answer to the divine invitation, which is a life that brings us joy and abundance, that serves the greater good, and that invites the divine center that we are to be expressed uniquely and powerfully. God is more completely expressed in this physical, tangible experience when we are answering the divine invitation, living the highest, fullest, freest, biggest expression of ourselves that we can live. And there is an ongoing call from within to do just that. It is that urge of the divine, planted by the divine. So now we get to the final state of building. The building phase consists of steps which are necessary to bring our visions and dreams, our answer to the divine urge from within, into manifestation. Now let me be clear about something from the get-go. We cannot make our dreams come true, but we can align with them. And with the universal support that is called into play through our alignment, they will be brought into manifestation. There are 3 elements of building that bring us into alignment with them. And they are: ask the right questions, listen to the still small voice, and taking inspired action. So number 1, asking the right questions. Einstein once asked, if you had 60 minutes to unravel a difficult problem, how would you spend your time? His answer may surprise us. He said, I would spend the first 55 minutes formulating the right question. Because with the right question, the solution will be apparent. The scripture tells us, you have not because you ask not. That's James chapter 4, verse 2. You have not because you ask not. Did you know that there are low caliber questions and high caliber questions? Low caliber questions misalign us with our dreams. Higher calibration aligns us with our dreams, our visions, and our heart's desires. It's as simple as that. So let me give you some examples. Here's a low caliber question. How is it that I get to the end of the month and I still haven't paid my bills? My guess is that your dreams, visions, and heart's desires do not include struggling each month to make it. Do they? But because the universe is a perfect system and has perfect hearing, this question and the energy that comes with it will bring forth more struggle. This question actually aligns us with struggle. So here's a higher calibration question. What would it be like if we had all the bills paid on time with an extra $1,000 at the end of the month? This question aligns you with greater possibilities. Here's another low caliber question. Why is it taking so long for my dreams to manifest? Have you ever asked that question? If you had asked it, what are you aligning with? You are aligning with the concept and the energy of my dream isn't here yet. And because the universe is a perfect system and always returns to us what is in our consciousness, what do we get back? We get our dream not being here yet. So a higher caliber question would be, what can I do with what I have right now to move my dream forward? Here's another example of a low caliber question. How will I possibly ever accomplish this? Higher caliber question. What are the resources I have right now? So do you feel the different energy in those questions? The high caliber questions align us with our vision, and the low caliber questions push it away. So I want to propose a very, very high caliber question you can ask yourself that, if followed through on, will absolutely align you with your divine invitation to express God in the highest, fullest, freest, most expanded way possible at this stage of your evolutionary process. And we will at least dip our toes into this high caliber question in a few minutes. Are you ready for it? So I want to ask you to have a journal ready or something to write on at hand, and before asking the question, close your eyes and bring an aspect of your vision into your mind. I want you to play with it a little bit, to feel the energy and passion of it, and then ask this high octane question. What are 20 ideas that, if acted upon, would align me with this vision? And then you'll begin writing. So don't edit anything and don't stop until you have at least 20 ideas. Why 20? Because if we keep going to 20, we get out of our heads, we get out of our intellect, out of our limited ideas of what is possible and what isn't, and we get into the divine wisdom, into the place of higher intelligence within us, into that realm of infinite possibilities. We tap something much, much deeper than our own mind. In fact, it is as we approach 20 that we start to hear the still small voice within, which is the next phase of building the life of our dreams. So So the second is listening to the still small voice. It is by listening to the still small voice inside that we begin to build that higher vision, that we turn to source. Turned to the source of all that is, the source of life itself, is now activated in us and focused on the vision it has planted within us. And it is to that something within us, deep at the center of our being, that we are connecting within this process. So after we have at least 20 ideas of what we could do to align us with our vision, we continue to listen to the still small voice within and ask another high caliber question. Which of these ideas have the most electricity to them? The most excitement? The most punch for me? And then circle them. To continue to listen to the small voice inside you as you put those circles into the order of the highest charge of electricity. So you have asked a high caliber question and tapped into the still small voice within. To source the answers, that's our list of at least 20 ideas. To sort them, that's when we looked at which have the most electricity and we circled them. And to select them, that's when you put those circles in the order of those with the highest charge to the lowest charge of electricity. This is a great and wonderful movement toward building the life which is the answer to the divine invitation. But it isn't enough. It isn't enough to have a perfect blueprint and all the tools you could possibly need to build a house. You have to actually pick them up and put them to work. Which takes us to our final idea, take action. We are going to call our actions required in our building phase scheduling and serving. So put your top ideas in your calendar and block time to do them. And when the time that is blocked on your calendar comes, give the idea that is on it your complete, focused, and undivided attention. Work on that one thing to the exclusion of everything else. We absolutely must do the action steps that are aligned with our vision, even when we don't want to, even when we're not inspired, even when we are afraid of it, and we will afraid it won't do us any good. I love this idea. Action is where the circuitry between the invisible and the visible is connected. Action is where the circuitry between the invisible and the visible is connected. This, my friends, is how it is done. So when we blueprint through our visions, we bridge by busting through our upper limit, our paradigms, with the help of our sacred 7 spiritual tools, and we build by asking the right questions, listening to the still small voice inside, and taking inspired action. When we do this, the words of mythologist Joseph Campbell become our reality. I say, follow your bliss and don't be afraid. And doors will open where you didn't know they were going to be. Remember, I said before, you cannot make your dreams manifest, but you absolutely can make them so welcome that they will appear out of thin air. Charles Fillmore said in the book Prosperity, words are also seeds, and when dropped into the invisible spiritual substance, they grow and bring forth after their kind. So let's take a moment now to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and bring an aspect of your vision into your mind. And play with it a little bit to feel the energy and passion of it. And then ask this high-octane question. What are 20 ideas that, if acted upon, would align me with this vision, would make my vision so welcome that it will manifest out of thin air? And if you have a journal or something to write on, write down whatever comes to you in this moment. Even if you don't have something to write on now, play with the question. You will remember what comes up for you. You could pause this video and continue to write. But I wanted to give you a taste of the process. And I give thanks for all that bubbled forth from within us, deep within us, and all that will continue to bubble even after this experience. And I affirm, accept, and know that each of us continues this sourcing process, and that we have the discipline to create the time and space to then sort, select, and schedule and serve each idea. How powerful, how beautiful, how amazing the life is that we are building right here and right now. My heart is filled with gratitude and love. And so it is. God bless. And have a great week.